Hi everyone, I'm here with the Chivalry Deadliest Warrior Beta expansion pack, and today I wanted to make a video on hit tracers. Hit tracers are a very good way to learn how to block, how to land attacks, and pretty much everything about the back and forth combat of Chivalry. And if you go into training, you can check them out for yourselves. Alright, so I'm in training, and right behind you is this visualization training. In the visualization, hit tracers are enabled. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to switch classes to Samurai to show you some better things. Alright, so the basic things about hit tracers are that there are 3 zones. There's blue, green, and red. Well, there's 4 zones, and then there's white. But the blue zone is the less damage. Green zone is moderate, and red is max. You can see all these in the hints actually, but I'm going to turn this off because they're really annoying. But the almost as equally important are the white lines. There are white lines at the end of the swing. These are your parry zones. There are also white lines going down the middle of the red and the green and the blue. Those are also parry zones. So whenever you're fighting somebody and you keep blocking and they keep getting around your attacks, it's not because they're cheating, it's because they're manipulating their swing in a way to where it avoids your parry box. So that's one way the hit tracers can really help you survive better in Chivalry and do more damage. So first things first, anything that has an attack will have a hit tracer. See, when you pull out the katana, it's an attack. There's a hit tracer for it. And depending on where it makes contact with the model is how much damage it'll do. See, that did red damage, 30. Now, the tracers are drawn from the weapons themselves, so whichever manipulation you do to the weapon mid-swing, it'll do to the tracers as well. You may have heard this term before called drags. That's anything you do to the swing or the attack mid-swing. So like, if I start a normal left mouse button and don't do anything to it, that's what the hit tracer looks like. But I can also drag it, so I'm going to move the mouse with the attack. You see that? Now I've completed a whole 360 degrees. And I can also slow it down too. You can do these with all attacks. Stabs are normal attacks, but you can also drag them around. Pretty much every attack you do has some kind of drag in it, unless you hold the character completely still when you do the attack. Okay, so how the parry works is normally you would aim the middle of your screen, or if you're using first person, that's going to be the dot on the screen. You're going to aim that at the tip of their weapon, which would be these white lines on the end of the attack. You would aim the tip of your screen on the tip of their weapon, and you block. Sometimes, however, the tip of the weapon isn't what hits you first. For instance, if I drag the spear like that, you'll see that I'm not hitting you with the tip of the weapon, I'm hitting you with, well, the shaft. But these white lines in the middle, those are also parry lines. So, I get around people's attacks all the times with this attack. So I run up on a Spartan shield, and I drag it around like this, try and get a little behind him like that. And he parries forward, and I hit him with the attack. He may be wondering how I hit him. You see, if he were to block forward, the shield would be in front of those parry zones. What you gotta do against any kind of drag or motion attack is you have to parry into their attack. So if he wanted to block this attack, all you have to do is turn a little bit to the left and block, and he'd be able to block the attack from coming into his side. Now a lot of slower or faster, shorter weapons, people will effectively get around your blocks by face hugging you, pretty much just left mouse button spamming. Now what'll happen is they'll face hug you, and you'll just put the pointer right on their head, and you'll just keep trying to block their attacks, and it won't be working. It's because they're moving a little bit around you like this, and they're getting their attacks around your parry, hitting you in the side. So whichever way their attack is coming from, so if I run up on you and I face hug you, do left mouse button spam, you just gotta turn into that attack and block. So if you see an attack coming this way, you just turn, block it like that. Now, Another attack I like to do a lot are jump attacks, jumping stabs mainly. You can get above people's blocks just like you can get around beside them. So let's say you parry forward against a jump attack, and I'm going to jump up, I'm going to stab you like that. You parry forward, and that's just going to go above your parry box, in between the weapon and your chest, and it's going to hit damage. So, what to do against that? If you see an attack coming from above, parry up. No problem. You just gotta make your parry box in line with their hit tracer. So if I run up on you, you see me start jumping and attacking from the sky, just look at me and parry. So there are a lot of things you can do in this game to try and drag attacks around people's blocks. And while it may be easy to do and land and practice these kind of moves against a stationary bot, like that backstab, these moves are much harder against a moving target. So oftentimes, your best defense against this kind of footwork is more footwork. And that's a core aspect of this game, is, you know, you're going to be dancing around these hit tracers while the other person is, well, trying to drag these hit tracers into you. I hope this video was helpful and maybe helping you understand the layout of the combat that Chivalry Deadliest Warrior has. And if there's ever a time you need to check out how to block a certain weapon, just head on over to the training and give the hit traces a look. I know there's lots of weapons that can be tricky to block sometimes first seeing them, or certain drags may be weird, but just take it to training and see what you got to do against them. And that being said, look forward to more videos about random things, I suppose, and keep playing. This is Wrath, take it easy.
Risk or win nothing!